Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, welcome. My name is Kim Hui. I want to welcome you to our very first Empowering Tuesday. And I'm coming to you live. I'm currently in Los Angeles. And this is a session that is much needed in the time that we're living in right now, especially in the pre-launch phase of 3. And so to all our brand ambassadors, I want to welcome you. Today is the first of many series that will be launched every Tuesday to launch different training topics to empower entrepreneurs. And so it has been a quite exciting last 7-8 weeks pre-launching this company. And many have asked, many have asked, we have attracted people literally from all walks of life. We have attracted seasonal pros, that's from our space of direct marketing. We also have attracted many people that are brand new into our space. And so, I've been in the industry for 30 years. And as you know, everything is evolving in this world. Everything is changing. And so what I have put together a topic today is really about building a global network. And so, I tell you, usually I have a group of a graphic designer to help me, but today it's pretty special. I spend the entire day turning my phone off in preparing this PowerPoint. And that in of itself and the whole universe is giving us messages. Today, I couldn't find anybody to do it for me. So the universe is saying, you know what, Kim, it's about time you take it on and do it yourself. So here you go. I'm going to unveil this PowerPoint to everyone that's on this call. And so it is also part of our mission and vision, something that is very near and dear to me, not only to have a platform to help people to achieve financial success, but also physical wellness. That's what we have at 3 products, and many of our partners have received their goods, and they're really excited and getting phenomenal results. But ultimately, I want to build a global community to truly empower collectively, to empower more people to awaken that deeper purpose within them. And so with that said, I am going to launch my PowerPoint. So let's see, here we go. So this is something I prepare myself. Let's see how I go about and do that slideshow. Let it get started. All right. Okay. Not too bad, huh? For someone that have done this all day. So anyway, so I really want to, I took the last, ever since I knew that this topic is going to roll out, I've given a lot of thought, taking my 30 years of experience and says, how can I offer this platform through a new lens of looking at what it is that we got involved with, to look at this industry and the space and 3 from a whole different perspective. And so I want to welcome everyone to this brand new talk. And so let me do this. So anyway, so this is a business and then some. I want to make sure that people understood this. This is a legitimate, a valid global business. And I put and then some, because to many people, besides business, many of us will reap many rewards from this. And now, how big of a business and how small of a business, it all depends on your perception of what this is. And so hopefully today you will get a looking at this entire thing from a 30,000 feet up and evaluating this platform and see it for what it really is. Because I had the blessing the last 30 years of travel the world. I've been to 50 countries and have met hundreds of thousands entrepreneurs throughout the world. And there's a common thread that's amongst all of us, especially in the times we're living in right now. People want to change. People want it to be different. People want to make a difference. So with that said, let me begin my PowerPoint. So, all right. Okay. Now, so what we have, many people look at this and not truly understand what this is. What we have is, what we're in here is a global network. Now, it could be a global distribution network, and it is also a global community of entrepreneurs coming together to share their dreams, to share a platform to achieve their dreams. So, let me do this. Oops. Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, so Next slide. Now, I want to talk about, this is a bigger picture of things on how to build this. And as we move forward in our next series of every Tuesday of all these impactful trainings, we're going to roll out different topics. But right now, I want to summarize on a bigger picture of things. So there's 3 core pillars to manifest your success. And these 3 core ingredients, if you would, 1 is you, right? And second is your attitude. And number 3 is the action that you take. Now, what is you? To me, we are all seeds. As we come to this earth, we are all that seeds. If you look at an acorn, right? If you look at a seed of an acorn, how do we know an acorn would turn into an oak tree? If you would look at any seeds of plants, vegetables, any seeds, how do we know a little seed? That a seed seemingly maybe it's round. How could that seed be all the branches, all the tree, all the roots? How did that seed come about? And so all of us in this space, we all represent that seed. What kind of seed are we? What kind of seed are you? I believe God put us on earth. There is something that's within this seed that we all can manifest into our true purpose. And we're going to talk about that. And the attitude is really the soil. A seed will only grow on soil, right? Typically. So now the soil represents our attitudes, represent soil. The soil, how, if you look at why people in this earth, or even in university, in whatever endeavor that they engage in, why some people succeeded, why some people didn't. We are all this beautiful seed that's put on this planet. So what are we doing with it? Why is someone that have nothing and they're able to manifest and become an inspiration or become a success story in this world? It's because perhaps that their attitude, the soil in which they plant the seed is fertile. It helps nurture. It's the environment whereby you're able to nurture and allow the seed to grow. Okay. And so, and I'm sure many farmers and many people talk about, dirt poor and dirt rich. If you let's just say that you have 2 people. One has a dirt that's poor. One has dirt that's rich. Who do you think is going to be rich? It's the one that has a rich soil. So I think those farmers figured it out, call it dirt rich or dirt poor. So I hope that through this talk here today, this is the very core of success. Like someone can come in and teach you about techniques, but I think let's just pause on the technique first. Go from the if it's either from a 30,000 feet up, or it's going back to the very basic, your very core. So our attitude on which our perception influence our attitude, how we look at things. So our attitude is in essence, the soil which we planted our seed, and obviously the action. So you could have the best seed, incredible soil, but if we don't plant this seed in the soil, nothing's going to grow. Okay. So I want to, so once people understood this, and by the way, the reason we have, seasonal pro, we have professionals, networkers on the Zoom, but we also have fresh people that are engaging. They're looking for change. They want it to be different. Whatever paradigm, whatever path that got them to where they were, it wasn't working. So they wanted something different. That's why, hence, we put together this very beginning training to talk about the 3 big things. All right. So now, with this incredible platform, what does it require? This is a business, so it does require time. It does require us putting in time in doing this and manifesting this. And so people go, well, okay, I paid in, do I have to do any work? Well, of course you do. We all do, okay? And people go, well, I want to make a lot of money, but I don't have a whole lot of time. Well, I would often say to people, listen, how many hours do you put in your job? Or how many hours do you put in your business? And of the number of hours you put in, how much money are you making? And if you, let's just say, for example, this is really important for entrepreneurs. Most people that work a job, they might not understand the dedication or the discipline that it requires as an entrepreneur. For example, okay, so let's just say that you were I don't know, 40 hours a week, and maybe you make about 10,000 a month, or maybe five to 8,000 a month. If you spend 40 hours a week to make 5 or 8,000 a month, or 10,000 a month, let's say, okay? Well, and I asked them, well, in this platform, how much money would you like to make? Well, I would like to make 20,000. And I said, well, how much time would you like to put into your own business? They go, well, I think I could put in maybe 5 hours a week. And I'm like, something's got to give. If you spend 40 hours a week to make 10, let's say you make 10 grand a month. And here you want to spend maybe 5 hours a week to make 20,000, something has to give. So it requires time. It also requires effort. It's kind of interesting, right? And we share with people, this is a binary pay plan in that everybody built 2 teams. And some people say, well, why don't you build 2 teams for me? You have a lot of network. Look, it all requires work. It requires effort for us to plant seeds, for us to take action. It also requires growth in terms of skill sets on learning how to build a business, a skill set in learning how to run your business, and skill sets in learning how to lead your business. So this is the best a platform for personal growth, but it's got a compensation plan attached to it. Okay, so this is a learning platform. You got to be willing to invest time, put in the effort to learn, to grow as a human being. Because when one person grows, we are tapping into the global consciousness that we will grow together. Somehow the influence through osmosis, we all grow together as fellow entrepreneurs. So, all right, so you understand what the requirements are. Now let's talk about the different stages in building your business. Now, typically most people, when we first got started in this platform, it's linear. Linear meaning we are the only one that go out there and go share with our prospect, to share the opportunity, to share the product with customers, with consumers, with business partners. So we go out there linearly to go out there and share the business opportunity. Well, as you enroll some of the business partners, some of the people that want to engage in the business platform, then when your team goes out there and share the business with their team members or with their prospect, now you enter a second phase. It's what we call you're getting in within your own organization. You're getting a little traction. You're getting a little momentum in your business. But the funnest thing happens is that when we're able to create a movement. And how do we create a movement? Is when you have a team of different teams of people that collaborated together, that share a common vision. They come together that wanted to make a difference, that come together that want to make a change, that come together that want to build something, that came together because of sense of purpose. Now you begin to create a movement. So this is the 3 stages of growth in your business. Where are we? Most people perhaps in stage 1, the linear growth, okay? And so there's a process, there's a phase. Many people want to come in and go, bam, I want to make money. Well, yes, you could, but it takes a little time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's like farmers plowing that, we are pioneers. I mean, think about the in the Western, in the old days, how did Americans farm the land? How did they go about? First, you gotta have your land, right? And then you're going to plow the soil, okay? Whatever negative mindset, whatever negative thoughts that you think that doesn't serve you, plow it, get rid of it, okay? So you plow the soil and then you plant a seed. So then you're going to nurture it, wait for it to blossom. So it takes time, but I tell you, it's a very fun journey. For those of you, when you do it right, and it's just a process. So I'm going to go through the PowerPoint so you will see it more. So now, building your global network, like I shared a little bit earlier. So let's talk about farming, okay? Now, I'm not a farmer, but I love to learn how to farm, okay? So my dad is a farmer. My dad has a very green thumb. So let's talk about, there's several stages in farming, in building your global network. I use the analogy of the land. Now, what is a land in perspective of building your global network? Your land is your vision. How big of a business you could plan, you can grow, is your land. How big of land do you have? Is how big of a vision do you have about the business you got a hold of? We're in here to impact tens of millions of people. So the land, that's the vision. That's your vision. Now, you don't have to have, some people have a grandiose vision in the very beginning. Hopefully you upkeep that, okay? But some people might not have that. So it's a process. They learn and they grow as a human being, that they begin to expand their horizon. They begin to expand what's possible for them. So your land is your vision, okay? What is the vision for your business? What is your why? Okay? The seeds is you are the seed. And your contact list are your seeds. So make sure that you yourself are in the right space when you're planting the seed, okay? So the third part is planting. You have the seed. If the seed doesn't sit in the soil, it doesn't hit the land, ain't gonna work, okay? So the seed, if I hold the seed in my bag or in my hand, it can't grow. It's got to touch the soil, okay? So you got to be willing to take action in planting the seed. A lot of people have the vision, okay? They have the dream of achieving something, doing something, but they just lack that push. They just lack that action to taking the seed and just spray it. Just spread the seed, spread the seed. You never know which one will grow, but be willing to spread the seed. So in this example, the seed, the how you build your global network, these seeds are your resources. These are your contacts. I think there need to be a paradigm shift for many people, for many entrepreneurs, especially when it comes to this platform. A lot of people coming in, they think, oh, let me see who I can get in. You don't get in nobody. You go out and share with people, because you have no idea that just because of your sharing, that this opportunity could change their life. Maybe through the product, their wellness got improved. Maybe through the business platform that they are able to reap financial rewards. Maybe through this platform, through some of the learning, some of the growing that awakens something within them. Whether they do 3 or they do something else. But if it's something that awakens some purpose with them, to say, you know what? I am this powerful seed, as we all are. Okay, I'm this powerful seed. I'm gonna give myself the permission to nurture, for me to break through my shell so that I could grow. Okay, so that nurturing through this community, through this platform, is you as a planter, as a farmer, as a cultivator, you need to be able to provide guidance. You need to provide guarding your crops, right? You also need to learn to plug them in the system to support your team member. As a matter of fact, that's why we're putting together a series of trainings. We have a global OPP. We have our Empowerment Tuesday. We have our Wellness Talk tomorrow. So a series of events to help you nurture the seed that you planted. Okay, so nurturing is so important. First, giving yourself the permission that, you know what, I too am entitled to success. I too have the privilege to achieve success. Giving yourself that permission. Secondly, learn to invest time and effort in learning and growing as an individual. See, what good does it do if you are growing pocket-wise, you make money, but you as a human being do not grow as a person? That won't sustain. It's very meaningful when you are growing financially. At the same time, your personal growth rises with it. That's how we raise the tide. That's how we rise this global community. And until then, when you have all these things in place, then you can harvest your crops. You can harvest the seeds that you planted. They will then blossom. Okay. So in a nutshell, okay, this is the analogy. I feel that perhaps through a different lens, that will allow people to look at this platform a little slightly differently. Remove perhaps some of the traumas, whatever in the past that they had engaged in. All right, now, so let's talk about, okay, now we have all this. How do we go about bringing this in which you want, your dream, that seed of abundance? How do you go about to manifest and bring that into reality? Well, everything I'm sharing with you folks, I have done it myself. I came from a very poor family, came to America when I was 14 years old. When I came here, didn't speak a word of English. I work in corporate America, graduated from college, work in corporate America, got laid off, didn't know what I was going to do. I was broke, but I needed to make a change. I was ready for a change. You know, oftentimes in life, I needed someone to lay me off, to wake me up, to say, yo, there's a seed in you. You need to wake up and, you know what, empower that seed, activate that seed and turn it on. So let's talk about the process. This is a process that we go through, okay? So that list, first is your list. Now, what is that list? List is your contacts. These are your seeds, the seeds. So, look, you never know when you're going to meet your next seed. It could be at a supermarket. I don't know. It could be on your hike, whatever. So, the key thing is when you meet somebody, you just met somebody, don't go like fire hose them with like, yo, I'm going to tell you about 3. Just get to pique their interest, find out more about them. I could tell you every single person I have talked to that brought them in the business, I piqued their interest. Piquing interest simply means find out what is it they want. That's how I keep friends. I know what my friends want. I mean, what is that? Say, if money is not the issue, what would you like to do? What is it you want to do? Now, obviously, it took me years to get to a point where in my life that I have a little success, that I'm bold enough to ask people, because we're all fellow human beings. Some people, I don't want to ask them. No. But, sometimes it really took me years to get to where I'm in life to feel comfortable to do that. But it's okay. If you have close friends that you know well, ask them, hey, if money is no issue, what is it you would like to do? And then pique their interest and say, listen, if there's something I could show you that might bring meaning, more meaningful, more time freedom, might you be open? You are not asking them to enroll. You are just piquing their interest. Find out what is it they want. Then you invite. So the next step is pique their interest. If the answer is yes, let's say, hey, you know what? If it doesn't interrupt whatever you're doing right now, but there is an opportunity for make you another stream of income, might you be open? I didn't say anything about 3. I didn't think about comp plan, nothing. Might you be open? If they say no, what does that mean? That means do not continue on that path. If they say no, say, hey, listen, if there's a line of product that can make you feel better, more enhance your health, might you be open? Yay, invite them to the wellness talk. If no, that means do not continue. Okay, so all right. So now coming back. So if they say yes, then you invite them to what? You either invite them to one of the events that showcase a business. Now, you might not be very well versed on the product yet, on the opportunity yet. That is why we have put together a global opportunity showcase. Every Monday, you invite your guests. These Monday calls is not only for you to attend. It's meant for you to bring prospect, guests, customers, consumers to plug in and listen with you so that they all can get excited with you. It's not only about, oh my God, that was a great call, awesome testimonial. Wouldn't it be awesome if you got 5 friends on the call that go, yo, I'm excited. I love it. And so that's what I mean. You need to invite people, okay? And so after you invite them on the call, the next step is you're going to follow up and follow through, okay? What does that mean? Answer their question. Say, hey, how did you like the call? Is there anything I can help you answer? Is there anything I could be of service? So follow up. If they ask you for anything that you don't have the answer for, you do a little research, you call your upline leader, you call the people that can be of support to you, get the information, then you follow through, okay? So not only follow up, you got to follow through. Okay. Once you answer all their objections or answer all their questions, then you enroll them into the business or enroll them as a customer or enroll them as a brand ambassador. Okay. Once you enroll them, what do? You then plug them into the training. Okay. Because that is when duplication happens. It is not about you linear. See, when your own action is linear, but when you're able to either through a system or through yourself to share your success story, to share some of the tips, some of the actions that you took that worked for you, you then train them. That way, duplication happens. When duplication happens, your team is working alongside with you. Guess what happened? Now you're getting a little momentum going. Okay. When you get a little momentum going, when you plug into our event, like for example, we have an upcoming launch event in Salt Lake City. Well, that is an event. When you plug them into that event, guess what happened? They're going to see their whole horizon, all of us. We are able to expand our horizon by not only what we see, what we hear, but more importantly, through how we feel, through the events, through the experiences. That's how you get people plugged in. And so this process, they get trained. Guess what they will do? Then they will then learn to make a list, pick interest, invite, and that's good. It's a process. See, that's why when people understood this process, it is not an overnight success. Yes, some people have quick successes. Maybe it's their quote unquote quick success did not happen overnight. Their quick success, perhaps they have invested 10, 20, 30 years into this industry. They have a following, they have a network. But this platform that we have, we're 8 weeks old company, 7 or 8 weeks old company. We're a baby, okay? So that's why this is our very first training that we're launching, and there'll be many more coming to you from industry leaders, industry legends. They'll be sharing their experiences and their wisdom with you, okay? All right, so this is the process, the actions in which it needs to help manifest, okay? To turn your dreams into reality, okay? Bringing that seed. This is, okay, spraying the seed. This is the work, part of the work to help that seed to blossom. All right, now, this is a really, this word, grit. People ask me, well, Kim, what does it really take to succeed in a global business environment? You know, it doesn't matter marketing, in traditional business, it takes grit to greatness. You're going from to have grit into greatness in life. I didn't get to where I am and still going through it to have grit. So grit to me, what it stands for is guts. You know, you just got to have that courage to do something. And I tell you, you know, even though I'm 5'2", I think I'm pretty gutsy at certain things. Certain things I'm pretty gutsy. When that gutsiness comes from what? It comes from that sense of knowing. Okay. Now, some of you heard the story. In the previous platform, I spent 14 years. And no matter what, I don't know how many people are willing to walk away from, I don't know, whatever, quite substantial amount of money a month. Just totally walk away with nothing in writing, no contract. I'm a distributor. So with nothing to say, you know what? We built $1 billion brand before, and we're coming in, we're going to build another a multi-billion-dollar brand. That takes guts. That takes a sense of knowingness. It goes back to that seed. We are all meant for greatness. If you only knew how good you are, if you only knew how good we all are. So it takes that guts to say, you know what? I'm going to do this. So guts. And it also takes, guts like courage. It just takes that. And how courage comes about is having that sense of knowing that you got this. You got this. And I tell you, if you only see my day, my days, the last couple of months, if you only see my days. Okay, I'm not going to go there. All right. Okay. So it takes resilience. Resilience. You know, a lot of times people look at babies like, oh, baby are very fragile. Actually, baby had that resiliency. This is resilient. I think human spirits are cut for their resiliency. Look at what happened the last 3 years. People have had it. Like we've had it. This is time to change. You got to be resilient. Okay. So to succeed in life, to do anything, you just have that resiliency. You know what? I'm not giving in. I am going to pursue my dream. So that's resiliency and intuitiveness. And I think intuitiveness kind of ties into your gut. You know, it's been said that The smarter brain is not really up here. The smarter brain is really in your heart and in your gut. Okay, so it's just the intuition. I knew intuitively I've been called to do this. Now I want to say something about 3. You know, 3 it's very disruptive and it's very different. Usually network marketing owners, network marketing companies, the owners, they say, you know what, let's open a company. Let's make some money. Network marketing space can certainly make a lot of money. So let's make some money. Okay, let's open up an MLM company and make some money. But I could tell you this, 3 is quite different. It is a group of entrepreneurs that decided to come together and says, listen, we need a good provider. We need someone that's good, has a good heart, has the vision and the value that's in alignment with ours, to have a platform so that we could go out there and impact more lives. So there is a major difference in our space. Rather than the owner opening a company and then recruit and build their sales force, this time around, it is the sales force, legends, people, the best of the human beings that I know of, that came together and says, you know what, we've had incredible success in this industry. We came together. We want to form something. We want a platform to be able to have a long run, to have a legacy, so that many people around the world, in the times that we're living in right now, to do something. Then came 3. So that is a major distinction there. So there's an intuitiveness, and that intuitiveness also speaks volume for the group of entrepreneurs that we have with 3, especially in the very beginning. Some of you heard the story. Many entrepreneurs that came on board without knowing the name of the company, without knowing the product, without knowing the compensation plan, they said, we love the messaging. We want to be a part of change. We want to help drive this movement. That resonated with them. And so that's intuitiveness. That's intuition. So guts, resiliency, and intuition. I tell you, I couldn't be more proud and more blessed to be surrounded by incredible human beings. Besides, I walk away from a substantial amount of income. I have 20 to 40 people literally walk away from the income to be a part of this. So the logical mind wouldn't be able to comprehend. It is your heart and your gut. It's going to come from this space and not here. Okay. So last but not least, you need tenacity. What is tenacity? Tenacity says, you know, when things get tough, you don't quit. You know, when things get tough, I might scream, I might yell, but you know what? I am here. Okay. We are here because too many people are counting on us. If you only see how I talk behind the scene, sometimes when things get a little heated up, you know what? We throw out whatever, but we anchor down, buckle down, and let's go back to work. So tenacity, okay? And just know this, when times get tough, look at the screen right there. It says, you got this. You got this. We all got this. This is a process. Birthing pain, growing pain, we all have to endure. And so, you know, this is a remarkable thing, that knowing that you got this. And I think to talk about grit, I want to share this story I heard a long time ago. I must have heard this story about 30 years ago. And it came to me this morning, and I want to share with you. Back in the 50s, there was a very well-known swimmer. Back in the 50s, there's a very famous open water, long-distance swimmer, okay, by the name of Florence Chadwick. Okay, Florence Chadwick decided to embark on a 26-mile swim, open water swim, from the Catalina Island to the coastline of California. So she went embarked on a 26-hour swim, 15 hours into the swim in open water. You know, when heavy, thick fog rolling in, she was tired. She was emotionally drained. Her body was aching. And she couldn't see much of the boat. So she wanted to give up at that time. And she endured another hour. And she told the boat that's next to her, to say, pull me up. I can't do this anymore. Her mother happened to be on the boat and said, you got this. You just swim a little bit more. You're close to shore. At that time, Florence couldn't see the shore. So they pulled her up. When she got on the boat, after she settled down and she was able to see through the fog, she was only half a mile away from shore. The very next day in the news conference, she said, had I only set my focus on the shore rather than the fog, I would have made it. Let's think about the story. How many times in our life, when we encounter challenges, when we encounter obstacles, all we look at is that fog. If we had just focused on the shore, we will get there. So that's tenacity. You need to focus on what is you want, the seed that you are. What is inside you? Take a little peek. What is inside that seed? What are you here meant to do? Are you only meant to hear? Now, I'm not saying that, 3 is it. I'm saying whatever that might be, whatever that you came here to do, that seed. What is that? Listen, don't ever give up. I didn't get to where I am living my dream. I'm doing the work I love. This is the kind of work I love, not dealing with some of the other challenges, but this is kind of work I love. So tenacity, okay? And focus on the shore, not the fog, not the challenges. Focus on the shore and you get there. So I hope that story kind of ring a bell for you. 30 years later, still like day one. All right, next. Okay, all right. So this is an experiential journey, okay? It takes time. It takes time to find our own flow. We all have our own flow. You got to find your own net in this. Some people just get it like that. Some people it takes a little time to figure out what it is. Just as long as you don't give up, don't give up. Okay, you might take a little time. And I want to share this story with you. Many years ago, I remember they said there was a book called by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich. And back in those days, I want to be rich. I want to be a multi-millionaire so I can provide for my family, for my mom and dad. And so I was single back then. All I could think of was, what? My mom and dad gave up everything from Hong Kong to come to America. I want to buy them a house. I refuse to being poor. So these are things that was my driving force. So I went and bought this book. They're saying that, Think and Grow Rich. Everything you wanted to know, the secrets of becoming a millionaire is all in that book. I tell you, I flipped through that book. I divulged that book. I read every word. And I'm like, why couldn't they just tell me what is the secret? I read the whole book. I said, how come I couldn't get the secret? You know why? The secret is in its own internal realization, sometimes through experience. You have to go through, do the work to kind of, to say understand is that's not the right word. You have to really I got it. Like that, got it, that aha moment. So no matter what someone teaches you the technique, you have to find your flow. And how you find your flow into this is by doing it. Now, perfect example. Someone could read an instruction manual on learn how to swim. Well, you can't learn how to swim by reading a manual or by reading a book. You need to get yourself into the water, into the pool, into the water. Then you start applying the things you learn. You just got to find your own movement. You got to find your own flow. In that process, it will become a lot more meaningful because this is not about the way to success. This is about the way of success. Success is defined differently by different people. Most people think of success as money. Yes, we have it here, but there's a lot more meaning than just money. So it's a way, many people in this platform seek way to. How do I do that? What is my technique? Well, your technique might be able to recruit somebody. But once you recruit them, you can't, maybe it's not deep enough to get other people into motion, to articulate the vision so other people will involve with you. It's the way of. is a mannerism. It's a manner in which how a project is delivered. So it's a way of. Okay, last but not least, it's about making the difference. This is a global community we're building, making a difference in terms of physical wellness. You have no idea, maybe just by sharing a product with somebody, that their health change for the better. Maybe just by sharing this business with other people, maybe they work a part-time, they're able to put $100 extra a month, extra $200, $500 a month into a household income. It might not be a whole lot of money to you, but to a lot of average people, it could be a car payment. It could be a rent, part of the rent. It could be something. It could be to some other people who really get this and who go gangbusters at this. They may make their millions. Who knows? There's no guarantee. It's depending on what you are willing to do. Okay. And it's about making the difference. And through that, the ultimate thing is by us working together, we help awaken each other's purpose. We help awaken that something that is so near and dear to us that most of us have forgotten to dream again. Most of us have given up. Just life in beating up on us so much that we begin to just shrink our dreams to match our tiny income. So it's time to shift, to change, to enlarge our dreams, enlarge our checks, find ways to make a difference. And so by doing so, we're able to create that global movement. And so last but not least, I hope that this has been powerful. This has been empowering. I mean, to me, it's like our eternal. It goes into your body. It helps activate something within you. And so I hope that this little talk helped empower or activated something in you. To me, this is a lot more powerful than a simple technique, because this is going back to the very core. And I could tell you this, when one person begin to awaken, or beginning that awakening process, that we are all ultimately all connected. When we're all connected through osmosis, we're able to change the world. I know it's a pretty big statement, but we can change. When we change ourselves, we change the world. So I want to show you a last graphic. I actually have prepared a whiteboard. My son was telling me, and some of my partner was telling me, you can do a whiteboard on an iPad. I went out there and spent $1,500 on this whiteboard and this pencil. Well, I figure out I'm still old school. So I'm going to do this on paper again. Okay, so I want to show you guys, this. Give yourself permission to succeed, okay? So this is a 2 to 5 year plan. Now, it could be 2 to 3 years, it could be 2 to 5 years, depending on how much money you want to make, depending on how much success you want to do. It depends on how much action and if you really got the flow of things, okay? So, whatever. So it's 2 to 5 years or 2 to 3 year plan. So this is time. This is a timeline, okay? So I want to show you this. This is the chart that really, I hope that can help you understand to invest time, effort, and growth, okay? So this on top of this chart represents effort. Right here, effort. Right here, it represents money. This is a timeline. It could be 2 to 3 years. It could be 2 to 5 years. Now, in the beginning, day one, when you engage in this business, you are going to put in, I'm prepared. Okay, so in the beginning, someday I'm going to learn on how to work on my iPad Pro. Okay, so in the beginning, you probably do a lot of work. A lot of work in the beginning. Whoops. A lot of work. And then, not too ladylike, but it's okay. We're talking about farmers today. Okay, now, then you're going to get the pay maybe a little tiny bit. Maybe your friends say, my God, how much time you spend in the business? And how big is your check? Well, because they don't understand the power of building a leverage business. Because if you were to work this later on, you are gonna do a little, when your network is built, you are gonna do a little tiny work. And guess what? You're able to generate your wealth. But you gotta be able to walk the path. And I hope you could see this. You see this? So when times get tough, remember, you gotta be able to build your network. I remember in the very beginning when I was first in this industry, I have friends and family go, oh my goodness, Kim, you go to meetings every day. Ha, 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 how much money have you made? Oh, look at Kim. Kim is crazy. Yeah, I was crazy. I was on fire with life. So, but later on, I get to do the things I love to do. I get to travel the world. I get to play with my houses. I get to play with the land, and money keeps on coming. But there, you must be willing to put forth the effort in building your foundation. So whether 3 is for you, and I hope it is, the products are absolutely phenomenal. The platform is incredible, and the people is the best of the best. So I hope you found this training helpful. And next Tuesday, we're gonna have another topic coming up, and will be announced to the call. Every Tuesday, it's about Tuesday getting empowered. This is an entrepreneurial movement worldwide. It's not only about getting involved, getting a platform, but every single week we have topics that help you empower you into action by incredible leaders, incredible speakers. And tomorrow we're gonna launch our very first one. It's called Wellness Wednesday. That's going to feature our product as well as wellness experts and testimonials about our incredible product. With that, thank you so much for plugging in. I look forward to seeing all of you in Salt Lake City and in our Asia launch in Hong Kong. Signing off, this is Kim Hui. Looking forward to seeing you. Take care, stay well. Bye-bye. Remember, that seed, let it grow. Bye.